All right, what is up, guys? So we have patch notes for hotfix 40 or 54. Sorry, so I have it backwards. And this is pretty insane. I'm just gonna say it outright. This patch has some of the craziest and probably most broken changes this game is possibly ever going to see. So, to start off with, they did a couple bug fixes, crashes, etc. Like, fix an issue that could cause a server crash when a druid escapes the game while transforming into an animal. Never actually seen this one, but that's interesting. I'm assuming it probably wasn't all the time. Fix an issue where the damage of Lightning Strike, Holy Strike, and Dreamfire did not scale properly. So I don't know what this means. I don't know if this means they were doing too little damage or too much. If you've ever been hit by a lightning strike or a holy strike, I'm sure you're not going to think, wow, that didn't do as much damage as it was supposed to, because these things hurt quite a bit, but who knows. Fixed an issue where the Thornberry rendering was not displayed properly. Don't know what that's about. Fixed a performance issue with the ceremonial staff's cloth simulation. Fixed an issue where new druid equipment items were not dropped from monsters. Yeah, this stuff existed in the game. However, you couldn't find it. Like, you'd only get it as like a base kit, so it wasn't dropping from anything. Fixed an issue where the ant nest module Shrine of Health could be used twice. I've never seen this. Fixed an issue where the rope sound in the goblin cave was muffled. Quest fix. Fixed an issue where player kills and AP were not being calculated properly. Fixed an issue where the selected dungeon on the roadmap is not highlighted in yellow, and fixed an issue where the recipes for protection and magic prots were set incorrectly. And okay, so first big thing here, this one. So I complained about this before. I complained on stream a lot. So the AP system they said they were going to implement, because they said they were implementing a new AP system outside of the one that we've had recently. They said they're going to change it. They said they're going to make it so treasures weren't like what AP was super about. Like, it was like treasures were not the main focus. Now treasures are supposed to. I think they mentioned it later down here. Treasures no longer give adventurer points. So we have the new AP system actually being implemented. I guess it was a bug. I don't know. That probably wasn't. They probably just implemented it late and just were saying they fixed it. But anyways, this is pretty cool. I'm pretty excited for this. However, I have one issue with this, being that if kills are the main thing you get AP for, then there are going to be certain times that you literally are just not allowed to queue. Because in a process of us grinding AP recently, like, me, Pasha, and Kiddy, we've been playing for like, 10, 13 hours at a time. And I'd say at least 5 hours of that are mostly just completely dead lobbies because of the time we queue. We queue from midday to like early in the mornings for how long we play. And then, yeah, that's mostly crypt, so I'm sure we could go Goblin Caves or something and find people there, but I do hope kills aren't the only thing that give you AP, like running around, killing mobs, exploring, and all that. I hope that's a big part of it too. But I'm excited for this. Being able to like actually play the game and not have to permafarm trinkets to sell for AP will be really, really fun. I'm excited to see how this works. All right, Barbarian's Rage Mimicry bonus has been changed from 12% to 9%. This didn't need to be nerfed, I don't think. No one ran this anyways. Barbarian's Savage Roar physical damage penalty has been changed from minus 40% to minus 30%. This absolutely needed to be nerfed, and thank God at that. This is a huge nerf. It probably will need to be nerfed a little bit more, maybe, but at the point that it's at, this is gonna feel a lot better. Like, it's so much better. Warlocks can now use weapons when transform into demons due to the Blood Pact. Yeah. Um, this is this is something, right? I don't really know what to say about this. This is probably the biggest thing right here on the patch, this change. Oh, well, I guess maybe there's something else a little bit crazier later. But being able to use weapons in demon form is ridiculous. The really, really big downside to demon form was your damage wasn't that great. You relied mainly on your buffs to have a ton of damage, and that's where your damage came from. Now you just pull out a weapon, right? Like, you just hold a weapon in your hand. And even if you're not like holding something that's like really high damaging, think like, a halberd, you could use a Chris dagger, and even then your damage is now much, much higher. And you're not even that much slower. You could use a magic ball, and that buffs the magic damage around you too, or a crystal ball. This is going to be ridiculous, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't understand how Warlock isn't about to be the most broken thing in the game. What's probably going to happen is your barbarians are just going to pop off, or like they're going to fall off, and the Warlocks are going to take their place. I guess the one, well, yeah, because well, no, wait, actually, huh? So this says weapons. I wonder if this means shields. Can I just use heater shield and Chris dagger while I'm in demon form? Like, is that what I can like? Because if I can do that, then I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't see why I'd ever play fighter again, and I pray to God that's not the case. But if this turns out to be as broken as I fully expect it to be, it's gonna have to get nerfed pretty soon. Like maybe not the like take their ability to use weapons away, but something about warlocks getting the nerfed, whether it be like the +10 all or how much damage they take or whatever. Warlock's blood pack loss of health per second has been changed from -1% to -1.5%. So Druid actually kind of counteracts this pretty hard. Their restore spell and like the hots they have, throwing this on them is really good. Cleric wasn't super great with Warlock because you were always going to be taking tick damage and you couldn't really reliably heal it back up. Like without wasting a big heal. Druid absolutely can. You throw a restore, you run in, and like that pretty much counteracts ticking. And you have things like exploitation strike to heal you up as well. Dark Offering cooldown times would change from 60 seconds to 28 seconds. Pretty bad spell, doesn't really matter. Warlock's life drain attribute ratio bonus has been changed from 50% to 100%. I don't know why we buffed this. I'm gonna be real. I don't know why we did it. I get it. Torture Mastery was probably the better option, but Life Drain still healed you for a million. I was in like a really mid Warlock kit playing with some of my casual friends, and Life Drain healed me for about 60% of my health bar, and that's adding in the cost of casting Life Drain and Hydra. So I don't really think we needed this. I mean, I'm maybe it's just me, but I don't think when warlocks are able to full heal in a matter of 2 to 3 seconds, it's fun. Like that's not healthy for the game. I know it's really bad in solos, right? Like in trios, it's annoying, but in solos, it's horrible because they just sit there and they poke you down. You back off slightly, and they are literally full health guaranteed, and all the poke you just did is completely irrelevant. In trios, it's really only super annoying if you run into multiple warlock team comps, which I haven't seen a ton of recently, but it's still going to be pretty annoying. Oh, sorry, I just woke up. All right, Druid takes a minus 100% penalty to PDR and MDR transform to rat form. This is just to guarantee you die as a rat no matter what hits you. Previously, you could if you built flat HP, your rat could have like like 20, 30 HP on the high end for like absolute high end. And if you built PDR and MDR, it applied to your rat form. Now it doesn't. Now in rat form, every single thing that hits you will kill you without fail. Druid's Thornberry duration is changed from 10 seconds to 8 seconds. This doesn't really matter. Thornberry is really easy to break, so the duration doesn't actually matter for when it's still this long. When it goes up, you just hit it like 2 or 3 times and it falls off. And if you don't have the luxury to hit it, then the time that it is lasting probably won't save your life, right? Like take it going from 10 seconds to 8 seconds. If you couldn't break it in that 10 seconds, chances are you're not going to break it in 8 seconds and you're probably dead. All right, improve the armor pen for bows, crossbows, and piercing daggers. Windlass crossbow has 40%, crossbow has 30%, longbow has 20%, recurve has 10%, survival has 5%, and rondel and stiletto have 10%. So, rondel and stiletto now have 10% base armor pen. Thrust gives 15 or 20% armor pen, and then weak point gives 40% armor pen. So, yeah. I mean, I don't even really know what I'm supposed to say about that one. Like, that's that's just, I mean, they just gave them 10% more armor pen. So now, even if you consider the armor pen isn't additive and it's an actual percentage, you're taking 40% of their pen, I'm assuming it works. Like, let's just say it calculates 40% of their pen or 40% of their armor, and then 20% of their armor, and then another 10% of their armor on top of that. Like even if that's not you're not cutting it, like that's not like gonna be like 60 or 70% pen, assuming this isn't additive, which I'm pretty sure it isn't. You're still gonna That's still like 50 to 50 on like 50+% pen, I'm pretty sure. Like that is a lot of pen just for free, and I don't get that. Other than that, longbow has a ton of pen now, and so does recurve. This is see what I don't like about what I don't like about this, especially in the lower end here, like survival and recurve, is building armor pen. In my eyes, has always been a good option for like these damage dealing classes because people are building armor, and that's the classes you have trouble killing. And you can always build a decent amount of pen, but now everyone's gonna do it. Like windlass crossbow just has 40% pen now. Every single shot from a windlass is gonna be like as if a rogue had weak pointed you. That's ridiculous. Like, why? Like, I'm every single win list that hits me now is just gonna do half my health bar. That's just insane. Crossbows the same way. Crossbows are gonna hit really hard. Overall, I don't like. So my thing is, I don't like giving all these items pin innately. I would prefer if you buffed pin and made them take it as a roll on gear. That makes more sense to me. Don't give it to them for free. Make them optimize into it. Make them want to build it. I think that's a much better way to actually incentivize people to use armor pin rather than just like, okay, everything you do now has armor pin. That seems dumb. And that nerfs like actual plate classes and heavy armor classes a lot more because every class you fight is gonna have armor pin. And I'm just gonna tell you right now, you're gonna whenever this patch drops, you're gonna see fighters and barbarians getting face checked by rogues, and it's gonna be ridiculous. And I'm not looking forward to it. Campfires been added to Squire supply items. Healing items has been added as a starting item for most classes. Clarity potions can now be crafted. New clarity potions increase the memory recovery rate when resting. So, this is like the clarity song. It's not really OP, which is kind of exactly what I was thinking it might be. It's good, but it's nothing insane. Other than that, though, is what it is. I already mentioned this. The Secrets of Gold quest now requires 2 gold ingots instead of 6 gold ore. This is cool, so you can buy the gold ingots, I guess. I understand why they did this. Yeah, it's cool. Rat sounds are removed from the environmental sounds. That was troll. The visibility of escapes in the minimap has been improved, and VoIP has been enabled in the base camp. This is stupid. I'm just going to say it. This is just really, really stupid. And if you don't know why this is stupid and you didn't play with it before, so just picture this. You have players in a dungeon. They cannot be held accountable because no one can see their username in the lobby, right? They can load up and they can die in their spawn or they can avoid people. Now, these people can VoIP to people in the lobby with literally no repercussions because you can't get their name. So, what do you guys think is going to happen? Because I know what's going to happen. It's the same thing that happened previously when you could see their name in the base camp. They're just going to say really, really bad things that should not be said. So, you're going to have to load up into base camp and you're going to have to turn VoIP off. And that's just how it's going to be. No other option. Right? All right. Actually, hold on here. Let me move this up so you guys can see the bottom part here. Oops. There it is. All right. The recent hotfix addresses minor bugs and improvements to stability. We fixed issues of several spells not scaling properly with the attributes. We have made some minor balance changes to slightly improve the ranger and rogue effectiveness using certain builds against full plate without making a big impact against the squishier classes. Yeah, I don't know. Giving at least 10% to everything but survival bow for pin, I don't think that's a minor adjustment. I'm just gonna say it, right? That's definitely not a minor adjustment. Effectively, every one of these weapons will now hit as if Shriek of Weakness was applied to the enemy target. That's cool. We've also addressed some oversights of the AP system where the treasure score was not be removed as previously promised, and a bug where PvP adventure points were not properly calculated. We are still working on the improved matchmaking system, which we hope to roll out soon. In the meantime, we have decided to open up VoIP and Basecamp as a test for its upcoming removal and conversion to a more social area. Thank you and see you in the dungeons. Okay, so right here they say it. They say treasure is going to be removed and PvP adventure points were not properly calculated. So if PvP is the main thing that is giving AP, that's going to be rough to grind out. Like really, really difficult at high AP amounts for the sole purpose of, like I said, if you get a lobby that's empty or you have to play careful, you're just going minus AP and there's nothing you can do about it. This is going to make people play stupidly aggressive to the point where it's almost like this, the kill leaderboards where you have to play like honestly incorrectly to really grind out your AP. But I prefer that to having to pick up shiny little treasures. So hey, it's something. But anyways, that's gonna wrap it up for me going over the patches. To TLDR, I mean, obviously if you're at this point, you don't need a TLDR, but anyways, Warlock's about to be completely broken, and all of these pin changes are gonna make tanks feel like shit. So yeah. With that being said, thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys next time. Also, I'll be streaming later. Come stop by twitch.tv/shotfather. Thanks. Catch you guys later. Peace.